Welcome everybody to Expansion Team Week 2. Now, unfortunately, me and my brother didn't have time to get together to do the episode together. I couldn't get him on the phone, so I'll be doing this episode solo. And telling you right now, I ain't playing no hero ball this episode, so we gonna get right into it. I ain't got too much to talk about. I'm gonna get right. I mean, everything that I wanted to talk about, I wanted to ask him. I want to ask him about the Micah Parsons trade and all of that. And I mean, I think that the last episode we recorded. Well, first of all, let me start by please like, rate, review, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Everything starts with the Earn a Nice Old podcast, and everything trickled down from that. Yeah, I wanted to ask him about the Micah Parsons trade because I think that trade happened like the same day, later on that same day, or maybe like the next day. I think we recorded like the day before or something like that, before the trade happened. So I still ain't got a chance to ask him about that. I didn't ask him about that. And so some things I wanted to ask him, but I couldn't get him on the show. Me and him couldn't get it together. Like I said, man, I ain't playing no hero ball. I'm basically he the game changer, I'm the game manager, so I'm just gonna get straight into the games. And hopefully next week I can get him on the phone so I can ask him all that stuff so we can get back to a regular show. So right now, y'all gonna look at the show and say, damn, this show was like super short. That's because he ain't here. So all the stuff that I want to ask him, you know what I mean? And what he think about the games, you know what I mean? We ain't had the time to get it together, but still appreciate y'all nonetheless. So like I say, man, bet with your head, not over it. Like I say, these are my picks, not his. So I say, man, be forewarned, some of y'all that go by only what he say and don't worry about what I say. I don't know if y'all gonna sit this one out or what. You know what I mean? Y'all still gonna go with, cause I'm just telling you mine. You know what I mean? I don't have his, I'm just telling you mine. So, like I said, I ain't playing no hero ball. So you're not getting no long episode. I ain't about to sit here and talk y'all to death. Try to talk y'all to death about nothing. So we're gonna get right into it. We call this the third Thursday game. Ain't no point in doing the Thursday game, so we going right to Sunday. Cleveland Browns at Baltimore Ravens. The spread is 11.5. So Baltimore is favored by 11.5. So that's minus 11.5 for Baltimore. The over under is 45.5. So that's Baltimore. So that's Cleveland Browns. So that's Cleveland Browns at Baltimore Ravens. At Baltimore, the spread is 11.5 to Baltimore's favored by 11.5, and the over under is 45.5. I do think Baltimore is going to win the game. I don't 11.5. Over under 45.5, but they favored by 11.5. 20 years so the over under 45.5. So you figure what would they have to score? 28 to 17. That still won't be 45. I don't think Cleveland gonna score that much. All right. Okay. So I'm going with the 11.5 because I think that Baltimore's gonna win by at least a couple touchdowns. I'm not too sure about the 45.5 though. Because say the score is like 20. Say the score is like 28. 28 to like 13 or something like that. I think that the score might be that 28 or 31 to like 13 or 14. So if you go 28 or 14, then that's still under. All right, so I'm going to under. So I'm going Baltimore. I'm going to 11 and a half because I think they're going to win by like 2 touchdowns or something like that. But I'm going to pick the under 45 and a half. So yeah, that's what I'm going with on that one. I'm going with Baltimore, the 11 and a half, but I'm still going under 45 and a half. All right, the next game is the Rams at Tennessee Titans. The Rams favorite is -5.5, so they favorite 5.5. Over under is 41.5. 5.5, 41.5. I think this might be an upset game. Only 5.5. I think this might be an upset game. So I'm going to go for Tennessee to win this game. I'm going Tennessee to win this game. So I ain't gonna worry about the 5.5, -5.5, because the Rams is favored by 5.5. So I ain't worrying about that because I think Tennessee gonna win the game. But the over under is 41.5. 41.5. So that means that maybe 20, 21, 20, 22, something. Booms. I'm gonna go with the under. I think that Tennessee's going to barely win it, but they're going to win it. So I don't think that the score is going to be is going to be too high. So I'm going to go with the under. I'm going Tennessee, and I'm going to under 41.5. Next game, Chicago Bears at Detroit. Chicago Bears at Detroit. Detroit favorite by, it's -6.5. The over-under is 47.5. I'm not taking the 6.5. I think that Detroit gonna win the game. Detroit, for some odd reason, I think that game's gonna be closer than what people think. So I'm not picking a 6.5. I'm picking Detroit to win, but I don't think it's 6.5. And the over under 47.5. So you're talking about, say the score is, you would still need that score to be like, say the score is like 20, 21, 24, 27, 27, 21 or something like that. 27, 20, 27, 21. You would need to be something like that. 20, but it's 27, 21. That means that, damn, I think it's gonna be 27, 21. Or they might hit a field goal 23, 27. See, I think it's gonna be a score like that. That's what make it tricky to me. The 47.5. See, that's why I don't. Because I think it's going to be like 20. I think it'd be like 27, 21. See what I'm saying? So, because if it's 27, 21, that means that it's 6 and not 6.5. but that'll get you to 48 points. So you'd be picking the over, but it wouldn't be winning by 6.5. I think the score gonna be like 27-21 or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm taking Detroit, but I'm not going with the 6.5. But I'm gonna go the over. I'm gonna go to over 47.5. So I'm picking Detroit, but I'm not going with the 6.5 minus 6.5 point spread. But I am gonna go with the over of 47.5. All right, next game is Buffalo at New York Jets. Of course, Buffalo minus 6.5. They favored by 6.5 points. The over under is 46.5. So Buffalo at New York Jets minus 6.5. They favored by 6.5. And the over under is 46.5. So to me, they think this game can go 46.5. 46.5. So the score could be. I guess Buffalo ain't favored as much in scores as much as you think because of the points that the points that Baltimore scored on them. But at the end of the day, that is Baltimore. I don't know if they're gonna tighten up or they still gonna be 46.5. So you might be another high scoring game. I think this could be an upset. Now, this is what I'm going with. I'm going to pick the Jets. So the minus 6.5 for the Buffalo Bills being favored don't even matter. That's out the window. I'm going with the Jets to win. But the 46.5 over under. You figure, you figure 46.5. 46.5 if they could win, but say they win a high scoring game. Say their game is 30-27 or something like that. So I'm gonna go to over. I'm picking the Jets and then I'm picking the over 46.5. I think this might be a high scoring game. I think the quarterback for the Jets, right, Justin Fields, right, I think he's gonna get off this game. I think he might get off this game. So then next, so with that game, I'm picking the Jets to beat the Bills, and I'm going over the 46.5. So I'm picking the over. I think that's going to be a high scoring game, but the Jets going to actually upset and win. All right, next game is New York Giants at Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored minus 4.5, so they favored 4.5 points. And the over-under is 44.5. 44.5, so down, okay. They only favored by 4.5 points, so they don't think that they're going to be able to, like, I do think the Cowboys is going to win this game. So I am picking the minus 4.5. I think they're going to win it by at least a touchdown. So I am picking up the minus 4.5. Cowboys minus 4.5. So the over under is 44.5. 4.5. You thinking the score might be? I think they're gonna come out and I think they're gonna come out and look better. See, but the thing, see, you can't say that because I can't necessarily say that. Because Russell Wilson, no, okay. I'm not picking the 4.5 because I think that this might be a field goal game. The thing is, I don't know which way. I think this can go any way. Because Russell Wilson still like he got some gas in the tank. I think this gonna go. I think this gonna go down to the last position, some field goal game. Now I don't know which way it's gonna go. That's why I'm not touching the 4. I'm not gonna touch the 4.5 spread because I don't think. I think this might end up being a field goal game, but the over under 44.5, you might have to score 100, 101, 120 something. I'm gonna go under. So I mean, dang, so y'all be wanting me to pick a team, but 44.5. Because the Jets, man, this game could go any way. I have to pick. So I'm gonna pick the Cowboys, but don't be surprised if the Giants win it. So I'm picking the Cowboys, but I'm not picking the minus 4.5. I think this is gonna end up being a whoever got the ball last kick a field goal type of game. And I'm in 44.5 over under. I'm going under. I have to go under. All right. So yeah, so I have to pick the Cowboys, but I'm not picking the 4.5 spread, and I'm going to under 44.5. All right. San Francisco at New Orleans. San Francisco is favorite only by 3 points. So it's -3. San Francisco -3. And the over-under is 40.5. So this is basically letting you know even the people who do the odds think that this game can go either way. You know what I mean? This game can truly go either way. So San Francisco at New Orleans. Now, personally, I wouldn't even bet on this. Me, personally, I wouldn't even bet on this game. Because even they don't know. This Jones is they think this Jones is even a coin flip. So, I'm going to go with New Orleans just because they the ones at home. 0.3. I think that they going to score more than 3. See. Yeah, see. So they going with the 49ers is favorite by a field goal. I think the Saints is going to win it. I'm not going to take the +3 because I say, yeah, it might end up being a field goal game. You know what? I am going to take the +3. I think they'll win by more than 3 points. You know, over under 40.5. Over under 40.5. I'm gonna pick the under. Even though that's already low, I think it could be like 40 or something like that, or like something around there. Like I think it could be close, but still under, like a 21-17 game or something like that. So that would still be the under, even though 40 is already low. Cause them, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going New Orleans. Wait, no, because you say 47. No, 2017. That would be the 3. See, that would be right on 3. So could you? Okay, so I'm going to, yeah. So I'm still going, all right. So, yeah, I'm right. I'm picking New Orleans to win, even though the 49ers is favorite. So that'd be taking the +3 I think they are going to win by like a field goal or at least a field goal. But the 40 and a half, for some odd reason, I'm going to still take the under. I think it's going to be right at around 40, and you still got to take the under. Because I know some of y'all probably thinking like it was only 40 the spread. I mean, the point is only 40 and a half. Why would you take the under? That's super low scoring. Super low scoring. I think it's going to be right around 40, and you have to take the under in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the Saints +3, and I'm going under 40s. I think it's gonna be right around 40 points combined or something like that. It's around something like that, 38 or 39 or something like that points. I think. All right, Patriots at Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are favored by only 1.5 points. So this is another game that the odds makers think could go either way. And the over-under is 43.5. So the Dolphins at home, and they're favored by 1.5 points. So they don't know what to make of this game. Me neither. This joint basically a coin flip. I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win. For some odd reason, I think they just can just get a win. Like I said, the spread is 1.5, and it's in the Dolphins' favor. But I think that's only because the Dolphins is at home. You know what I mean? I don't think the odds makers think this. I think that they think that this is a coin flip too. This game is a coin flip. In either one of these teams can win this game. So I'm going to go Patriots +1 to +1.5. Because the Dolphins is favorite, so the Patriots is going to be +1.5. 43.5 points. Where would the 43.5 points come from? You're gonna need a game like now. I'm picking the under on this game. I mean, do not be surprised if they can't get no offense going. Hold on. Don't be surprised if they can't get no offense going. Dolphins. I don't. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Or could this be bounced back? See, but it's the Patriots. They weird. The Patriots are weird. The Patriots are super weird. This joint is a coin flip, yo. This joint really is a coin flip. Because you pick the Patriots, I'm picking the Patriots, but then Miami can come out and they can look like gangbusters this game. And then that wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? That wouldn't even surprise me. Yeah, this is a game I wouldn't even stay away from, but y'all be wanting me to pick somebody regardless. So I'm picking the Patriots. +1.5. But I'm picking the under 43.5. I think that they're going to win, but it's going to be a low-scoring game if they win. But if Miami end up winning, I think it's going to be a game where they score and you be like, okay, you see that they can still score. But I'm going Patriots to win a low-scoring game. So I'm picking Patriots. I'm going to pick the +1.5. But I'm going under 43.5. Because I think the Patriots win is going to be like some low-scoring game. Don't be surprised if it's like 17-10. or some game or some boring game like that. 16-10. I mean, don't be surprised if this joint's a boring game. It's either gonna be some super low scoring boring game or like Miami gonna come and just score a bunch of points and win. I think it's gonna go either way like that, but I'm picking the Patriots. But I'm going below 43.5. I'm going to under 43.5. I think the Patriots win is going to be a low scoring game. All right, next one is Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favorite, -3.5 points. The over-under is 49.5. So to me, this is telling me that they think Cincinnati's going to win, but it's going to be a game where it's going to be high, it's going to be a high scoring game. I do too. I think that 49.5. That's high. But the Bengals is only favored by 3.5 points. So that's telling me they think Jacksonville gonna score a bunch of points too. That's telling me they think it's gonna be one of them 31, something like some 31-28 game or something like that, or 31, what? 31-24, 20 something. Yeah, they think it's gonna be some game like that. They think Baltimore. They think the Bengals gonna win though. Cincinnati Bengals, they ain't got the best defense. Okay, I'm going upset. I'm going Jacksonville Jaguars. But the over under 49.5, I'm going to go to under. I'm going Jacksonville. I'm also taking the plus 3.5 points, but I'm going under 49.5. Or could this be a shootout? If it's a shootout, if what I'm thinking, they're going to score like 50 points. It might be like 50 points or something like that. You know what? I'm going to take Jacksonville in the upset, but I'm going to go over the 49.5. I'm going to go over the 49.5. Because I think somebody going to get to 30 points. It might be Jacksonville. But this game might end up being a shootout. So I'm picking Jacksonville, and I'm going to go to over under 49.5. I'm going to go over. I think somebody can get to 30 points. So you figure right there, somebody else scored 20-something points, and somebody get to 30 points. That's already 50 points right there. So, yeah, I'm going to go Jacksonville. I'm going to go Jacksonville plus the 3.5 and over 49.5. All right, next game is Seattle at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored by 3 points. That's only because, and then the over-under is 39.5. So they think this is going to be like a coin flip game, and they don't, because Pittsburgh is only favored by a field goal, and that's only because I'm assuming because they're at home. So the Steelers are at home, so that's why they're favorite. That That's what this line tells me. And the over-under is 39.5, so they don't think that they're going to be scoring a bunch of points. I'm going to take Pittsburgh, the 3, the 39.5. That means somebody have to be scoring. 14. Well, I take 20. That's still 20. I get why the over under is so low, because you feel like even if they win, it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of points scored here. Even if they scored some points, I don't think Seattle's gonna score a bunch of points. I just don't. So I understand why they picking the over under is only 39.5. I get that. So I'm going Steelers. I'm gonna take the -3. Over under 20 to, we figure 21 to 17. 21 to 20. That's crazy. See, that's what I'm saying. That over under, I don't even want to touch that joint. I'm going over under, because what could the score probably be? Because I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to throw a few touchdowns. And they don't score. I think, okay, I'm still, as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to pick the under 39.5. I'm picking the Steelers to win, but I'm picking the under 39.5, because you will still need, because because to get the 39.5, you would still need somebody. You need both of them to score at least 20 points. I don't know if both teams are scoring 20 points. One team might get to 21, and I don't think the other one gonna get to 20 or 21. That's the thing. I don't think this joint is gonna be that super scoring, high scoring game. Even though I think Aaron Rodgers might throw a couple touchdowns, it's still gonna be that. That's why I think that over under is so low. And I'm still gonna have to pick the under, even though it's low. That joint seem like that over under seem like it's trying to sucker you in with that. But I'm going under the 39. So I'm gonna go Pittsburgh -3. But even though the over under is super low at 39.5, I'm still gonna pick the under. So I think that game is gonna be like some 21. Like, you figure 21-17 game, or 21-14 game. Something like that. So that's what I'm going with. Pittsburgh -3. And I'm still going to pick the under 39.5. All right, what's the next game? Next game is Denver at Indianapolis Colts. Denver's at the Indianapolis Colts. But Denver is favored by 2.5. And the over-under is 43.5. So even though the Colts is at home, the Broncos are favored. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Broncos. They got my brother's favorite coach. So the Broncos are favored by 2.5. So they probably feel like this game can go either way. And the over-under is 43.5. Damn. I'm going to go Broncos to win it. But the -2.5, I might not touch that. I'm not going to touch the -2.5, because the Broncos could win it, but it might be by a point or two, and it don't even be it don't be at least a field goal, because -2.5, you're gonna need a field goal. At least a field goal. They might win by 1 point. So I'm not touching that -2.5. I'm gonna go Denver Broncos to win, but in the 43.5, I'm gonna pick the under. I'm gonna pick the under 43.5. So I'm picking Broncos to win it, but I'm not touching the -2.5. But I'm gonna go under 43.5. Yeah, I'm picking the under on that one. The next game is Carolina Panthers at Arizona Cardinals. Arizona is favored by -6.5. And the over-under is 44.5. By field goal. By a touchdown, 44.5. I think this game's gonna be closer than a touchdown. I think it's gonna be closer than a touchdown. Let me see. All right. Okay. I think this game's gonna be closer than people think. Could it still lose by a touchdown? I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm not going to take the 46. I'm not going to take the 6.5 point spread. And the over under 44.5. I think that this team going to surprise them. I think Carolina going to be able to score some points. Surprisingly, score some points. So 44.5 would still be 44 to get the 44.5. You're going to have both teams at least score in the 20s. I don't want to keep picking the under, but I'm going to also pick the under on this game too. No, because you got to score 20, 28, 20. No, say you get a 20, 28, 20 game. Say it's a 28-20 game. That's over. But then that's also them winning more than touchdown. All right, so then I would have to pick the Cardinals and take the -6.5. I would have to take the 6.5 because I think it's going to be something like 28-20. Something around about that. So that right there gets you over the 40. So that right there gets you the 6.5 point spread, 6.5 point spread, and it gets you over 44.5. All right, so I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm taking the -6.5, and I'm taking the over 44.5. Arizona Cardinals taking the 6.5 spread, -6.5, and I'm taking the over 44.5. All right. Next one is Philadelphia Eagles at Kansas City Chiefs. Now, to me, this line disrespectful. We're going to the Chiefs, but we're only favored by 1.5. We're at the Chiefs. The Eagles are at the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. We're at the Chiefs, but we're only favored by 1.5. And the over-under is 46.5. So they just trying to give out of respect for Pat Mahomes, they trying to say that this game can go either way. Well, I don't think it's going either way. I don't think this game is going either way. I think we're winning this game. I think we are winning this game. So I'm taking the -1.5 and the 46.5. I'm gonna take the under because I don't think the Chiefs gonna score that much. So I'm going to Eagles. I'm taking the -1.5, but I'm gonna go under 46.5. Because you figure if it's because I think that we can get to 20-something points. I don't think the Chiefs is getting to 20-something points this game. I don't think it's happening. So I'm taking the under I'm taking the under 46.5. So yeah, I'm taking Eagles -1.5, but under the 46.5. All right, next game is Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is favored by 3.5, and the over-under is 44.5. We got two basically purgatory teams. That's why it's -3.5. And they giving that to the Vikings. But it's a game that can go either way. The over-under is 44.5. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I'm gonna go with the Falcons to win this one. I'm going with the Falcons to win this one. I'm going with the Falcons to win this one. But I don't. I'm going with the Falcons this one, but I really don't know about the 3.5. I think they might win by just like a field goal or something like that. But then you figure 44.5. I don't know if this game gonna be some super duper scoring game like that. This game confuses the mess out of me. Because I'm taking the Falcons. You know what? I'm gonna take the Falcons. I'm not taking the 3.5 because they'll mess around and win by a field goal, and that's only 3 and not 3.5. And I'm going to take 44.5. Hold on, it's 44. Say it's a 20. Say it's a 20 or 21. All right, it's a 21. It'll have to be like, what is that? All right, say it's a 21. They both at 21, and somebody kicked the field goal to make it 24 at the end. That will get them to 40. That will get them to 45 altogether. It would have to be a game like that. So I'm gonna pick the over. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the over. But I don't. But I think somebody gonna win by a field goal. I think this is gonna be like a field goal type game. Because I'm thinking the game gonna be like tied up at like 21, and then whoever get the ball last, something like that, kicks the field goal, and that'll give them 45 points combined. So that's over the 44.5. So I'm pick the over. I'm picking the Falcons, but I'm not taking the 3.5. I think it's gonna be like a field goal game. But I'm picking the over 44.5. All right. Next game is the Monday night game. I think it's two Monday night games. Tampa Bay at Houston Texans. Houston Texans are favored by 2.5. And the over-under is 42.5. Texans only favored by 2.5. That's letting you know that they think this is going to be a game that can go either way. This is a game that can go either way. But the 42.5, they think it's going to be, and ain't going to be no super high scoring game by. See, but Baker just did his thing. I don't know Baker Mayfield going to light it up two weeks in a row. Or is Houston going to get back right? This game can go either way. This game can go either way. This game really can go either way. So I have to pick somebody. To me, this game this Jones a straight up coin flip. This Jones a straight up coin flip. But I'm going to pick the Texans. I'm going to pick the Texans, and I'm going over 42.5. See, but I'll mess around and then they'll win, and it'll be some 17-10 game. You see what I'm saying? The game that you think everybody might score some points be the game that don't nobody really score no points. Because the Jones only 42.5, so I don't think they expected this Jones to don't be like no high scoring game. But this mess around to be the. See, you can. I'm going Houston. I'm going to take the -2.5. And I'm going to go over 42.5. Like I said, don't be surprised if this ends up being a low-scoring game. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Because these are them type of lines that bait you in. Because this joint really is a coin flip. But the over-under, that'll bait you in. Because you think, Buccaneers and Texans, Baker Mayfield was just throwing it last week. Now, I mean, he's slinging that ball last week. Houston Texans going to put some points on the board, and then you looking at that and you thinking, and it's some 17-13 game. You like, what? You know what I mean? But I'm going Texans -2.5. I'm going to over 42.5. Don't be surprised if it go the other way and they don't score no points. And it's a low scoring game. But I'm thinking it's going to be like, a back and forth type of game. So I think they're going to put some points on the board. But don't be surprised if it's the exact opposite. Because that over under 42.5, I think that's the bait you in. Because how come the over under ain't higher? But yeah, that's what I'm going with. Texans -2.5, but I'm going over 42.5 points. All right, last game, LA Chargers at Las Vegas Raiders. Chargers are favored by 3, only by 3, and the over-under is 46.5. That's what I'm saying. This game got the line that I think the Houston Buccaneers game should have. I mean the over-under points. The over-under that I think the Buccaneers and Texans would have. But the Chargers Raiders got 46.5, over-under 46.5. See what I'm saying? Chargers -3. I do think the Chargers will win, but the over under 46.5. I'm gonna pick the under. I don't think. I don't think the Raiders are scoring enough points for us to get to the 40, to get to 46.5. I just don't see it. But who knows? Now, I mean, Vegas know better than me, so don't be surprised. But to me, this over-under for this game is the over-under I think that the Buccaneers-Texans game should have. You know what I mean? But, I'm gonna go with the Chargers, taking the -3, but I'm taking the under 46.5. So yeah, that's the last game. That's it for that. Like I always say, man. Um, bet with your head, not over it. If you ever feel like you have a gambling problem, please stop immediately. Stop gambling. Like we always say, find yourself in the hole. First thing you gotta do is stop digging. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the plays. Know what I mean? Please like, rate, review, share, subscribe. Like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't get it together. Me and my brother, our scheduling is a little messed up during this season. And I didn't have time to sit down and talk on the phone. So I do this joint solo. So I hope y'all still enjoy it. Like we say, man, bet with your head. Hopefully I can get him back. Hopefully I can get him back next week. You know what I mean? Because joint's a lot funner with him, know what I mean? Getting his insight and, know what I mean? And really talking to him about different things in the NFL before we even start, but also getting, his take on things, know what I mean, his picks. But nevertheless, man, thank y'all. And this one, it's a wrap for this one. Like I said, this name's John, know what I mean? I ain't trying to play hero ball, got right to it, told y'all what I think. Know what I mean? Bet at your own risk. Like I said, these are my picks, not his. So good luck. I'm all right, I'm out of here.